this morning, and thank you very much. Timothy Cardinal Dolan is Archbishop of New York and the president of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. Your Eminence, nice to have you back.
Matt,
good to see you.
Good to be with you. I'm jealous of Ann over there in Rome.
Yeah, she's back over in Rome. Let me read you the comment. If a person is gay and seeks the Lord and has goodwill, who am I to judge that person? What's your gut reaction?
My gut reaction is that that's not surprising at all. What surprises me is that people are surprised. That's been the pretty clear teaching of the Church based on the words of Jesus that we can't judge people. Now, we can judge actions, and the Holy Father was clear on that. There are certain actions that are immoral, but we can never judge a person's heart.
So there is no real change here, is what you're telling me. This is not a change of ideology, a change of philosophy. The Church still views sex acts between homosexuals as a sin, so nothing has changed there. Maybe
a tone has changed, Matt, but you are correct. The Church's teaching, which is based on the Bible and God's revelation, is that sexual love is reserved only between a man and woman in the lifelong, life-giving, faithful relationship of marriage. Any sexual relations outside of that, hetero or homo, would be less than God's intention. That hasn't changed. What the Pope is saying, don't forget there's another element to God's teaching, namely that we treat everybody with dignity and respect, that we don't judge their heart, and that we love and respect them.
And yet it's being called a watershed moment for gay priests and gays who would like to become priests. Do you see it as that?
I welcome it because what he's done is drawn attention to that second aspect of church teaching, is to say, look, as compelling as is God's warning against sexual immorality, is also his clear will that we treat everybody with dignity and respect.
Has he overruled the Pope Emeritus? Because Benedict signed a document about 8 years ago which banned, basically, gays from becoming priests.
No, he wouldn't have overruled him, Matt. Keep in mind it was Benedict II that wrote a good chunk of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. And in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, it's very clear that homosexual people deserve love, respect, and dignity, while homosexual acts would be immoral.
I want to ask if you're on the same page exactly with this, Pope, because you've made some comments of late that have angered some in the gay community. You said that gay couples are entitled to friendship. You wrote a blog that compared gay Catholics, among others, to people with dirty hands. And while same-sex marriage is a big leap from what we're talking about today, when the Supreme Court had that historic decision on DOMA, you said it was a tragic day for marriage and the nation. Are you on the same page with the Pope?
Yes, I think so. I appreciated one of the comments of the people interviewed on your good piece introducing me, that this, in no way could this be interpreted as a change in church doctrine or the church's faith and morals. It is, though, a change in tone. It's a change it's an invitation from the Holy Father that we can never be harsh and judgmental, that we've always got to be loving and respectful.
And yet no change in tone when it comes to women and the priesthood.
No, well, in tone, I hope, but not in doctrine. Right.
That's settled?
Yeah, that is settled. Keep in mind, Matt, you and I talked about this a long time when we were in the conclave. The Pope's job is to hand on with its full purity and integrity the teaching of the Church. He can't make it up. He can't change it. It's not some policy like that a board of governors changes. He can emphasize or set different tones or put different emphases, and I think that's what he's doing.
Just to be clear, you were the one in the conclave. I was not in the conclave, so people at home understand that. Cardinal Dolan, it's always good to see you.
Always good to be with you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you, Cardinal.
See you in Rome.
And now we'll move to politics, another interesting